In this video, we are going to talk about how the economy of Saudi Arabia has been affected by the COVID-19 pandemic and a mini comparison between the economic variables of Saudi Arabia and Sri Lanka. Bordering the Persian Gulf and the Red Sea, Saudi Arabia is a country in the Middle East, and it is one of the world's top 20 economies and the largest in the Middle East and the Arab world. Saudi Arabia has the world's second most important mineral resources and the second highest proven reserves of petroleum and is the world's largest petroleum exporter. When talking about the gross domestic product of Saudi Arabia, in 2019 the GDP of Saudi Arabia was $792.97 billion and the GDP growth rate was 0.3%. In the first quarter of 2020, the GDP growth rate was 1.7% and it has recorded a decline of 1.1% because of the pandemic. Contributing to nearly 40% of Saudi Arabia's GDP as of 2019, the agriculture sector is the largest generating source of the production, and mining and quarrying took the largest slice of the agricultural sector. Service sector contributes to more than 29% of Saudi Arabia's GDP, which is the second largest contributor of the economy. And industrial sector contributes more than 16.4% of the GDP. However, the economy of Saudi Arabia contracted by 4.2% in the third quarter of 2020, and the GDP growth in industrial sector is contracted by 6.1% and service sector by 4.6% as a result of the twin shocks of COVID-19 and lower oil prices. Oil and gas producers, construction and tourism are some of the industries which have been severely affected due to the pandemic in Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia's unemployment rate increased from 11.8% in the first quarter of 2020 to 15.4% in the second quarter of 2020. The inflation of Saudi Arabia rose to 3.4% in 2020 because of the increase in price levels of food and beverages section. When talking about the fiscal policy changes in Saudi Arabia, with the COVID-19 pandemic, the VAT rate and customs duty rate was increased from 5% to 15%, and social welfare and health expenditure was increased from 16% to 17%. Now let's compare the variables of Saudi Arabia with Sri Lanka. We can see that the GDP growth rate of both countries have been declined significantly, while unemployment and inflation rates have been increased. In Sri Lanka, tourism industry, apparel and agricultural industry are the industries that have been severely affected due to the pandemic. In Sri Lanka, the government decreased the VAT rate for education from 15% to 8% with the outbreak of COVID-19 pandemic and allocated $5 million for SARC COVID-19 emergency fund, and also allocated 400 million rupees for people who have lost their income due to curfew. However, when analyzing both economies, we can see that both economies are trying their level best to recover in the near future.